Hi everyone, so I'm using a different camera today, my DSLR, to try to film this guy eat. Now, normally I don't feed them at this hour, so I don't know at all how he's gonna take this. But let's see. Let's see if he wants to eat. He was hungry for sure. And let's see if there's gonna be any interest in food. Yeah, there we are. Not a very dramatic reaction. Good. So what you are seeing right now is my Coffeeout green tree python, which incidentally is a yellow tree python, we are hoping. This is the yellow male, and he's, a decent size, and there's a couple green flakes on him, but aside from that he's predominantly yellow. So for those of you who don't know what the snake is, it's Morelia viridis, which is in common tongue green tree python. And as the common name suggests, green tree pythons are normally speaking green. So they start their life yellow or red as babies, and then they have a color change. However, the situation with the green tree pythons, some green tree pythons that come out of this island in Indonesia called Kofiu Island, I'm sure I'm massacring that name, Kofiau or whatever, some of them, they stay yellow. And they can stay yellow their entire lives, or they can change color pretty much any time in their lives. So this is obviously a rarity amongst these snakes, hence it makes them more valuable. However, as I said, they can change to green anytime in their life, so it's somewhat of a gamble. The female I have, who apparently also stayed yellow for a long time and then changed to green, and she only has some yellow underside now. So green tree pythons are pythons. They live on forested areas on trees, mostly in Indonesia, and they come from different island localities with different colors and shapes and types. They are very well camouflaged to their tree canopies. As you can see, they have long teeth compared to other non-venomous snakes, because they need to hold on to their prey. Sometimes that prey is avian, so they need these long teeth, as you can see. And they're great animals. They're not a beginner reptile, but they're not too difficult to keep. You need to be able to provide some sort of humidity, high humidity levels for them. But aside from that, if you give them their perch and all, they're usually fine. Now this little guy just had fed twice in my care. In fact 3 times, sorry. And then he shed once, and he's in good shape, aside from a little skin bumps that you can see on him, which are old structures that are caused by the parasites that he was at some point in his life infected with. But now those parasites are gone, and he is, well, they're dead, but they're not gone, and they're now cosmetic. And if I want them removed, I can, but there's no point, because it would just be additional stress on the snake, and they will be barely visible later in the snake's lives. Alright, we have my baby son crying in the background, so what I'll do is I'll just zoom out a little bit of this and then go take care of my son while you guys are watching this. So my long-term followers would know that my specialty was venomous snakes, but because of this little bundle of joy that you guys heard crying in the background, now most of my venomous snakes are gone, and I have a much smaller collection of basically 6 snakes and a very special lizard. And it is what it is. I have limited time and there's only so much I can do with the baby and a full-time job, and definitely I cannot risk having very dangerous snakes in the house, so this is what we're gonna live with for now. So I'm gonna put a little illumination there so that you see those scales there are not green. We are having a little bit of a color superimposement coming from the green foliage that I have in the cage. He's very yellow, and let's see if he's gonna stay this way. But if he does, obviously he's gonna be worth a lot more than my investment for him. And then maybe with the female we will at some point produce some more yellow babies. As you can see, the inside of his eyes are also yellow. This is a full body camouflage. Obviously I don't know how they are using this color in their wild forest and what's the reason for having bright yellow banana-like snakes, but it is nature for you. It may be some sort of a weird mutation that made them keep their juvenile coloration longer or permanently compared to others, but it is what it is, and we end up with this beautiful creature. He's doing a very good job with that, you know, significant size mouse. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit now and get better video of his head and eyes. As you can see, in the green snakes, the markings on top are usually the camera wants to focus on other things, but anyway, the markings are usually white. In this guy those markings are purple. He's absolutely an amazing animal, for sure, no question about it. Alright, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit now. This camera produces a wonderful image, but filming videos with it is a challenge. It's more for photography than video taking. But just wanted to, since this is a special guy, Just wanted to do a special video for this time with this camera, and then I'll be back to GoPro and my handheld Sony camcorder after this. And the peculiar thing about these snakes, as you can see, he is eating this entirely on air. That's their feeding strategy. They feed up on the canopy, not on the ground, and that's how they do their thing, really. Still doing good. Let me go grab my cell phone for some cell phone photos. Sorry for being in frame with my hand. This is where we are right now. Beautiful, beautiful animal, and he did a great job with that significant size mouse. I knew he could handle it because he ate a couple rats before, but this is, those were small rats, and this was even larger than those, but he did fine. So, as I said, Morelia viridis are pythons. They have heat pits, heat sensing pits, hence they lock on very well, and these are not snakes that like to be handled too much. So especially at night they're active, and when they sense your heat they really can take a strike at you with those big teeth. So it's good to be careful. Not that without venom nothing is gonna happen, but it doesn't feel very pleasant, and it's not good for the snake to be biting something that she's not gonna be, or he's not gonna be able to eat. The way to handle these is to grab their perch, take them out with their perch, and slowly manipulate them to your hands, so that they basically act like you are their tree. But that's the general idea if you want to interact with these snakes. But stressing them is quite easy, so there's no point handling them that much. Therefore, more to be looking at than touching, to be honest. Just playing with the zoom and what we are filming. Yeah, not the easiest machine to use for filming, but I think we end up with very good images. As you can see, those tiny holes on the jaw, they are filled with heat sensing cells. Well, man, filming with a baby in the house will be a challenge for sure, but we'll manage. Alright, as you can see, he finished it up. He's now just gonna move it further, and then get back to his perch, get back to the way he was hanging out in there, like a nice yellow banana. So just zooming on the face, so we see the eye one more time. Again, very beautiful animal. You know, something that I always wanted to work with. And I hope you guys liked this footage, and I will have more of the new animals in the subsequent weeks. Thanks guys. I wish you all the best. Bye.